your app works. But it's all in one file, one giant script .js with 500 lines. Functions at the top call functions at the bottom. Variables leak everywhere. You rename something and 3 other things break. One file apps don't scale. Every professional codebase splits code into modules. Separate files, clear responsibilities, explicit dependencies. In this video, you'll learn how script tags load JavaScript, including defer, async, and type module. CommonJS versus ES modules and why it matters. Named exports, default exports, and dynamic imports. Module bundlers like Vite, esbuild, and webpack. Package.json, npm commands, and the node modules folder, and will refactor TaskFlow from one monolithic file into clean separate modules. Before modules, let's understand how JavaScript loads in the browser. A basic script tag blocks HTML parsing. The browser stops building the page, downloads the script, runs it, then continues. If your script is large, users see a blank page while it loads. The defer attribute fixes this. Defer tells the browser, download the script in parallel, but wait to run it until the HTML is fully parsed. Scripts with defer run in the order they appear in the HTML. This is the best choice for most scripts. Put them in the head with defer. The async attribute is different. Async downloads in parallel too, but runs the script immediately when it's ready. Async scripts don't wait for HTML parsing to finish, and they don't guarantee order. Whichever downloads first runs first. Use async for independent scripts like analytics or ads. Type equals module is the modern approach. It tells the browser this is an ES module. Module scripts are deferred by default. They run in strict mode automatically, and they support import and export syntax natively. Each module has its own scope. Variables don't leak into the global window object. This is the loading model modern frameworks use. Before ES modules, Node.js used CommonJS. CommonJS uses require to import and module.exports to export. Require is synchronous. It loads the file, executes it, and returns the exports object. This works fine on a server where files are on disk, but synchronous loading doesn't work in browsers. You can't block the page for a network request. ES modules, or ESM, are the official JavaScript module standard. ESM uses import and export keywords. The syntax is clean. Import curly brace function name curly brace from file path. Named exports let you export multiple things from one file. Export function validate. Export function format. Export const max length. You import exactly what you need. The rest doesn't get loaded. This is tree shakeable. Default exports are for when a module has one primary thing to export. Export default class taskManager. You import it without curly braces. Import taskManager from taskManager. You can mix named and default exports in the same file, but most style guides recommend picking one pattern and being consistent. Dynamic imports use the import function with parentheses. Import parenthesis file path returns a promise. The module loads only when that line of code runs. This is called code splitting. Heavy features like a chart library or PDF generator only load when the user needs them. Dynamic imports cut your initial bundle size and speed up page load. Browsers can load ES modules natively now, but in production, you don't want hundreds of small files. Each file means a separate network request. Module bundlers solve this. They take your source files and combine them into optimized bundles. Webpack was the original. It's powerful but complex. Webpack needs a configuration file, loaders for different file types, and plugins for optimization. It handles everything: JavaScript, CSS, images, fonts. But the configuration can be hundreds of lines. Esbuild changed the game. Written in Go, it's 10 to 100 times faster than Webpack. Esbuild handles bundling, minification, and tree shaking at incredible speed. Many tools use esbuild under the hood. Vite is the modern standard. In development, Vite serves files as native ES modules. No bundling needed. Changes appear instantly because Vite only transforms the file you edited. For production, Vite uses rollup to create optimized bundles. Vite supports TypeScript, JSX, CSS modules, and hot module replacement out of the box. Most new React, Vue, and Svelte projects use Vite. Every Node project starts with package.json. It's the manifest file. It describes your project and its dependencies. The name field is your project's identifier. Version follows semantic versioning. The scripts section defines commands you can run with npm run. Scripts dev starts the development server. Scripts build creates the production output. Scripts test runs your test suite. Dependencies are packages your app needs to run: React, Express, Lodash. Dev dependencies are only needed during development: TypeScript, ESLint, testing frameworks. They don't ship to production. npm install reads package.json and downloads everything into node_modules. The node modules folder is massive. It contains every dependency and their dependencies. A simple React project can have over 1,000 packages in node modules. Never commit node modules to Git. The log file package-lock.json records the exact version of every package installed. It ensures everyone on your team gets identical dependencies. Always commit the log file. npm install downloads everything. npm install package name adds a new dependency. npm install -d adds a dev dependency. npm uninstall removes a package. npm run script name runs a script. The .gitignore file tells Git which files to skip. Node modules.env build output, and OS files like .ds_store. If it's generated, secret, or huge, it goes in gitignore. Let's refactor TaskFlow. Right now everything is in one file. Script.js, 500 lines, task logic, DOM manipulation, API calls, and utility functions all mixed together. We'll split it into 4 modules. First, utils.js, pure helper functions, format date, generate ID, validate input. These have no dependencies. They're the foundation other modules build on. Second, api.js, all server communication. Fetch tasks, create task, update task, delete task. Each function makes an HTTP request and returns the data. This module imports from utils for formatting. Third, taskManager.js, the core business logic: add task, complete task, filter tasks, sort tasks. It imports from API to save changes and from utils for validation. Fourth, UI.js, all DOM manipulation: render task list, show notification, update counter, handle form submit. It imports from taskManager for data and from utils for formatting. Finally, main.js ties it all together. It imports from UI and taskManager, initializes the app, and sets up event listeners. Each file has one job. Dependencies are explicit. You can see exactly what each module needs. Testing is easier because you can test each module in isolation. And new team members can find code fast because the file names tell you where things live. Let's recap. Script tags. Use differ for most scripts, async for independent ones, type module for ES modules. CommonJS uses require and module exports. It's synchronous and used in Node. ES modules use import and export. They're the modern standard for both browser and Node. Named exports for multiple values. Default exports for the main thing. Dynamic imports for code splitting and lazy loading. Bundlers like Vite combine your modules into optimized production bundles. Package.json manages your project metadata, scripts, and dependencies. And gitignore keeps generated and secret files out of version control. In the next video, we'll learn how to handle errors and debug like a pro, Try catch, dev tools breakpoints, and strategies that save you hours. See you in the next one.